Hello YouTube, it is I, ConrailFan76, and today with me I have a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, YouTube. It's me, 2026 Productions, Ryan. Hello, everyone.
Yes, Ryan Loebner is here with me today, and this is a bit of a... It's going to be an interesting video, to say the least. But I'm going to be looking at two of my contributions to the Terrible Tale of 311, a series that some of you may know, some of you may not, but just know it's been a... It was something that was that started as a Actually, I should let you tell the story.
So 311's origins officially start as a school project for art of media in 7th grade. Um, Originally titled, quote, The Big Project with two G's, echoing tugs. 311 really got its start in February of that year, way before Art of Media assigned the project, when a skirmish with the Rails of Highland Valley community prompted such a response. And I realized that I could kill two birds with one stone. Uh, and therefore, that's how 311 happened. Originally intended to be 3 episodes long, but I think a small gander at my channel will see that has flown wildly off course. But nonetheless, it has been quite an adventure.
I remember those times quite well when I was still with the Rails of Highland Valley. I still remember all the Google Hangouts and Google Plus chats to this day.
Rest in peace, Google Plus.
We hardly knew ye. In any case, I joined 311 about March of 2018, give or take. I think.
Yeah, that's when I think that's you joined. Was it? Yeah, March sounds about right. March April zone.
Yeah, and it was because I was a bit sick of how I was being treated there, and I figured, and a mutual friend of ours had kind of introduced us to each other. Because I was unaware that they were friends with you, and and then I asked to be connected with you through them, and well, the rest is history.
Yes.
It,
Um, and so here we are with uh two pieces of media in the 311 verse.
yes, these are my contributions to the 311 lore. One of them involves the character I voiced and an origin story, and the other one was a planned crossover that, unfortunately, due to circumstances, couldn't really be manifested in anything bigger. But we'll go more in depth about that project as we get to it. First off, let's go ahead. Let's not waste any time. In spite of my stuttering and stumbling of my words, let's go ahead and watch this. It's called How the Bicholas Stole Ian. Oh god, dead name. But I remember this one because my character was meant to be introduced in episode 3, and I figured, well, why don't I make something like in the meantime? And I was just bored basically, and I was itching to voice act again. So I made this, and obviously the title is a parody of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, because I mean that's a majority of 311 was like a parody on one thing or another, or at least some of the base aspects of it, I guess.
Yeah. Fun fact, episode 2 was supposed to have a dry opening of myself reciting what like Danny DeVito as the Lorax said.
Oh
You
god.
know, like the his little spiel at the beginning of the movie when it's like supposed to be on a stage and whatnot. Like I was supposed to recite that. It's long since faded from my memory about what he actually said, but I just remember that was supposed to be a part of episode 2. So Doc, like this is not the first time we've had a foray into Dr. Seuss and
It,
talking trains.
no, it isn't. Without further ado, I'm hitting play in 3, 2, and 1, and I'm hoping OBS captures this. Ah, yes, my old name. Oh god. Okay, yeah. Right off the bat. So at this time, I was still on my old laptop, and I was filming this with Trains 2010 because Rails of Highland Valley, Trains 10 superiority, blah 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 blah. and I don't understand why, but the audio quality in these, especially a lot of my early trains videos, are just the worst. Like,
Adds to the charm, I think.
I think what, yeah, I think what it is, I didn't film these with, like, headphones plugged in, and so, Fraps, which you can see the watermark for at the top, was, drawing the computer audio from the speakers, and not, like, actually recording the audio from the game itself. That's the only theory I've got. Yes, basic camera movements. Oh no, early reskins. This is when I this is when I did it in Microsoft Paint. And I could not afford $5 of payware.
I mean, to be fair though, the RR mods SD45 is quite nice.
It is. It genuinely is. I mean, it's an older model for sure, but it does get the job done, and it does have like you said, it has charm.
It's an older model, but it checks out.
Well, the ale may be dying, but I swear I will persist on this new Conrail.
Okay. Something else I've noticed in a lot of my older projects, I have a tendency to overact my lines. I don't know, maybe I was just that enthusiastic. And also, I think I also recorded this on my old, like, my first phone, because that audio quality is just, again.
I don't know, I liked the delivery of that line. This new Conrail, it's almost like a bit of skepticism. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember I was going for that too, because this says this takes place in like at the moment the scene takes place in 1974, right?
Something like that. Maybe 1976, but you know.
Definitely pre-Conrail, as there's no patches or anything.
Right.
Also, generic trains 10 route is generic, and I just noticed the shadows are broken on this model.
Again, it adds to the charm, I think.
I guess. It was a different time.
I'm not excited about this. There's no way this Conrail will be financially stable.
Oh, it's Josh.
I mean, combining a ton of bankrupt railroads together. Does anyone even remember?
It kind of sounds like Carrie Shell from Thompson Friends.
It kind of does. Something else. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say for the audience at home, he played Diesel in like the US dubs, I think. I don't know. Like, I'm going off of an imitation that Chris Kovacs did for a project. So like, I'm going off of that. But he played Diesel, and he like kind of sounds like that here.
He was much younger here. I mean, we were all much younger here. This was 2018. That was 5 flippin' years ago, almost 6. And truth be told, I'm actually quite proud of that line. I mean, combining a bunch of bankrupt railroads together, does nobody remember the mistake or something like that? I think that line does go a bit hard.
Yeah.
Well, this will probably be different.
Voice crack. Oh no.
I hope, anyway. Besides, I already know their current rosters, who's gonna be where, etc.
How? Those weren't predetermined at this point in time.
Yeah, again, like, I'll forgive it. It's, again, like, I'll sweep it. Again, it's a lot of this, I think, like, with these, again, something that I feel like because we can very evidently see that, like, you know, there's a certain amount of DIY-ness to this. And so I feel like that those kinds of things are quite forgivable and actually, again, add to the production. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, like, if you go too much into, like, the uncanny valley of realism, then, like, it kind of loses itself in that. But here, like, because we can obviously see that this is, you know, it's Talking Trains, this is Trains 2010, like, this is a passion project. Like, we can forgive that.
I guess. That does make sense. Maybe I don't know. I haven't kept up with the Talking Trains scene for a few years now. Is that like a bit of a, to your knowledge, is that a bit of a problem, like where people try to be hyper realistic, but then it just like ends up being uncanny because Talking Train?
Well, I'm pointing to San Juan as the contemporary example, where, like, they strove for, like, all of this, they strove for essentially trying to make these plots that, like, are a commentary on the rail preservation industry and whatnot and what have you, and ensure that they're all using JR rolling stock and all this. But it's like, within that, again, you enter an uncanny valley when they're still using, like, two trains 04 models, and like, and it just, and like, the fact is that suddenly, because everything looks a little bit more realistic, one automatically assumes that there's going to be a heightened state of, I suppose, a heightened state of expectation, because they've already gone half of the mile in terms of this, and so you think they're going to go the full way, but then it just kind of leaves you end up feeling a little unsatisfied.
I suppose so. Personally, I take issue with only using JR stuff for different reasons, but that does make sense. There was something else I was gonna say, but I've completely forgotten it. So, we'll just continue.
Sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Well, only time will tell. Either way, I'm just happy to be alive and working.
Audio, yeah, that was something with my phone. Like, anytime I was recording lines, sometimes the recording would just, loop, like, cut itself, or, I don't know what it is, but it would, like, loop, skip? I don't know. You hear that prominently in episode 3 part 2 with my lines, especially in the very first line I say in that freaking episode.
Right.
I don't understand why it happened, but whatever. Old technology is old, I guess.
Well, gotta go. Toodles.
I actually said that. I said
Oh,
that.
come on, it's funny.
Fair enough. I'm laughing at it, so I guess fair enough. Yes, drawn out scene is drawn out.
Okay, but like, again, I feel like one thing that I will always hand off, like, I always applaud about your productions, is the fact that your consists are varied, and I think that kind of makes up for it, in the sense that it's giving me something dynamic to look at as it goes by, because there's going to be all kinds of neat and funky rolling stock.
That is, thank you. But, I always try and make my consist as you say, as varied as possible, because real-life freight trains aren't just, like, boxcar, tanker, hopper, like CGI, like fucking CGI Thomas. Probably. Freight trains are plentiful, they're varietful, they have a bunch of freight cars and different types of rolling stock on them. And that's part of my, that's part of the issue of that's part of the issue of why I don't like seeing people just use the same jointed rail boxcar over and over again, because not everything was just a generic Pullman Standard 1 boxcar or what everyone calls ACF or Trinity hoppers, etc. Fun fact, most of those Trinity hoppers are actually Pullman Standard, but I digress. It's like okay, yeah, like there's different colors, but the shapes and the shapes and sizes, it's just the same thing, and that's not how real freight trains were. And as somebody who's a huge fan of the 70s and 80s, and I guess by proxy the 50s and 60s, you had plenty of freight cars of different varieties and all that. And that's just something I try to recapture. Despite people ragging on me for using models from 04, but sure. In any case. Also, fun fact, on White Pass models, he has the seasonal snow on the roof and stuff. But I could never get it to function properly, so the fact that it's working here, the fact that it's staying on here is just, it's just coincidental, and it works out. Here we go. Hang on, where's the caboose? Oh yeah, that's right, I didn't have a caboose at the time. The funny guy.
He's so real.
Oh yes, alive and working indeed.
Oh hey, that's Timothy. Yeah, I remember him. He was one of my castmates on Rails of Highland Valley. I think his name is True Lightning Striker 7. I don't know if he still goes by that, but that's what I know him as.
Yeah, I remember him. I have no idea where he's ended up.
Me neither. I hope he's well. He was cool.
Oh, we're so back!
7 months before the events.
Oh, I love the Landlover Penn Central E7. Look at that.
That is, yeah. Honestly, like, Land Rover stuff, it's... again, it just has a charm, and I recently loaded up the Amtrak California Zephyr, and I don't know, just like, a part of it just still holds up even today. I mean, it's dated, no doubt, but, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's actually not that hard to revamp the skins. I've done that.
I'd
I've done
imagine
it a
that
few
to be the
times.
case.
Ah, you're back. So, any news?
Yes, good news. I think we found your new personal assistant, sir.
What? You have? Where?
He's an Erie Lackawanna SD40.
Yeah, Timothy, I believe, had a bit of a speech impediment, so you can kind of hear him struggling to hear these lines a bit, but he does a good job. He really does. Or did? I don't know if he's still active or not, but...
52, number 3674, and he goes by the name Ian.
I hate... Okay, it's gonna be, like, super... It's gonna be super tough for me to get through all the, my dead name. It's just... But, yeah, it's fun.
Oh, him. I remember seeing him during my Conrail days. He was so annoying with his knowledge for Conrail this and Conrail that. It drove me crazy. Such a know-it-all.
Which may come in handy for the upcoming tracks of Highland Valley Conrail stories. He's been around since the creation of CRR, hasn't he?
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yes, bring him in.
Oh, I like the echo.
Yeah, I mean, it was my attempt at one, at the least. But,
It's a good echo.
yeah, so we were discussing this earlier. I just kind of rewatching this. I don't know. I feel some kind of shame in this, because it honestly just feels like, to me at least, it honestly feels like just me putting, like, self-inserty stuff, and I just kind of cringe at that aspect. I mean, but...
Like,
sorry, go.
I was gonna say, at some point in the future, I will make a video about all of the self-inserty things about 311, and I promise you, you will not feel as bad, because let me tell you, like, 311, there's a lot to unpack. Like, but, like, there is a lot to unpack there, and just, like, this is fine. Don't worry about it. Like, we all have done it.
Yeah. I remember, yeah, and Jesus Christ, Telegram. One thing I remember, and it kind of, like, sparks the whole, like, the whole shame about the self-inserty thing. I think it was episode 7, the one, I don't remember, but it was the one where I wrote in my character, like, sacrificing himself or something. And I remember that caused a little bit of discourse in the old group.
Episode 6, but...
6.
Again, like, at some point, I will make a full, like, 311 history video and kind of unpack the decisions and everything that happened. Or at least everything that happened that influenced the show.
Right.
I mean, ultimately, like, again, like, looking back at it, like, ultimately, I realize that that's not necessarily something exclusive to 311, kind of having self-inserts do courageous things. I mean, again, like, a majority of series out there, like, especially the classic ones, have a lot of the time self-inserts. Like, again, the Tidewater Chronicles, like, the main character was Mark, the creator's name was Mark. Like, again, and Rov, there's Nicholas, Nicholas Clemens, Nicholas the SD40-2.
Everything, and everything he likes/dislikes, but we're not going to go in depth about that.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, the lists of dialogue, but honestly, like, again, I wouldn't, it's, at the end of the day, I have learned to not sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. Also, I'm looking at this. I'm remembering this was the original Conrail route I made for filming. Well, and all it was just Highland Valley, but a few updates here and there. You can see I tried to do a master place of the track, but obviously that didn't go well. As you can see, it's stretching the texture here, and then this just didn't even get taken out at all. We'll see more of the route as this video goes along, but I remember back in Trains 10, placing yard scenes everywhere was just a pain in the ass.
Well, no, and like in every series it is.
Yeah, but I mean, at least with Tane onwards, you have the option of accessing like locomotives, freight cars, and other rolling stock on the fly, and moving trains on the fly. With Trains 2010, you had to create with Trains 2010 and previous, you had to create a separate session for each scene that had some kind of different detail, and then you would have to do it all in one take. And if you screwed up that take, you would have to exit the route and then re-enter the route.
Yeah, it was not good.
Not good. It just amazes me how people are able to even get, like, just bypass that. But I digress.
Originally they were going to go with round, but they figured it would be too depressing. They already played to a few cabooses, and they didn't like the result. So, that is why they chose...
My attempt at, the Doppler, I think? I'm sure you noticed, but as the camera got closer to the character, the voice line started to fade in, and then when the camera cut closer to the character, it got louder. Yeah. I think I was taking film class in high school, so I kind of had some of this forethought to apply. So I'd say that helped me a little bit making these things.
Right.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think I know who this is going to be.
Can you just shut
Arthur!
Yay.
for a second? We literally
When you
went
still
to
post
see
on Facebook, it's always a joy to see.
I miss him. When I had Facebook, I don't anymore. We would still keep in contact, and we talked with each other quite a lot. Obviously, since then, I've left Facebook, and I've lost contact with him. I hope to reestablish contact with him at some point, someday.
Pretty railroad! And of course, I know the eater's blue.
I was showing this to a friend, I don't remember who, but I remember I was showing it to a friend, and they had no flippin' idea what he was saying. So
That adds to it. It again, like, I know I keep saying it, but it does add to it, because it's character. And honestly, I feel like I'd rather have an incomprehensible but funny-sounding character than, like, a comprehensible but boring character.
Fair enough.
Eater's blue.
There we go, I paused it at the right time. So yeah, I had to add this in. I remember that was actually a remnant of another project I was working on with Nicholas when I was in Rails of Highland Valley. That I actually recently, well, not even recently, like a year or two ago, remastered. Which ended up becoming a part of one of the other ROV specials. Something about the Golden West, I think. Wasn't that the one with the gold mine in Kansas?
The gold mine in Kansas. God bless. God bless. We love the gold mine in Kansas. My favorite setting.
That's great. In any case.
Sorry. Just, I can't wait to be repainted. I mean, everyone else has, and blue is so cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the aspect ratio problem, because at the time I didn't understand that Trains 10 could change aspect ratios, or I could even film anything that wasn't in full screen. So that's why it's what is this, 4:3 technically?
Lovely.
Yeah. Later videos of mine, I eventually found out, hey, you can fix that. So.
Cool. It's always been my favorite color. I've always wanted to be painted in blue, but I mean, don't get me wrong, my Irlac Quanta livery is still fine, but blue has always been so cool. It's always aspired to.
Yes, Trains 10 camera angles because you couldn't use flying cam.
That blue is the same color as the sky. And the sky reminds me, always shooting for the stars, and blah 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 blah. blah 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 something 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 blah 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 paint schemes blah 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 blah.
I don't remember who I got this from. Was it? I remember there was an episode of SpongeBob that did this with Mrs. Puff, but just like just generic background chatter that doesn't matter, and it's just evolves into nothingness.
Right.
If anything, I found that gag funny, so I do it multiple times in different projects. I think. And I remember something else I just remembered, because Nick, I would like add, like, if a character was being cut off, I would go the extra mile. Instead of just cutting off my lines, I would actually stutter a bit or stammer, as if I actually was being cut off. But nobody fucking understood how to do that properly, apparently, or they didn't know what it was for. So for example, let's just say, wait, but I'm a fan of, if that was the line and I would be cut off, it would just be, wait, but I'm a fan of, and then a brief pause, and then next character's line. We know, blah, 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 blah. And just like, that always makes me so angry. Again, in any case.
Blah 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 blah. Oh, wait. He's gone. Oh well. Guess I better take the ENBU before I'm late.
Was that... I personally don't remember, but was that supposed to be like an overt nod to my name at the time?
I have no idea.
There's that low camera angle again. This is a little bit loud for my taste.
They are the state of our boxcar. Love it.
Yeah, I wanted to make something that was extremely colorful, and what better way than to look to the Banger and Heuristic?
Oh, he's so back.
He's on his way. Begin phase 1.
What those phases were, we'll never know.
Well, he's done. You know, it's tough, man. Like, what phase 1 might be to one engine might be phase 37 to another. That's how it works.
Fair enough. Also, I'm looking at this consist again. I'm starting to recognize the makeup of the cars, because it's like, yeah, that Quaker Oak boxcar, the log flat there, this hopper, that boxcar, this. Actually, a majority of this, save for some things that have been updated, I now use for this one generic early Conrail consist I use in every project now. I think it actually makes an appearance in episode 3 of Legend of Big Blue.
I do like the BSB covered, not covered, wood chip hopper. It's a good choice. Also, like, shout out to Trains 10 for having the working speed trees.
Yeah. Just... Why did they, like, kill themselves in later versions?
Yeah, I don't know, like, they advertised it for, like, 1 or 2 versions, then never touched it again. It was so weird.
Also, GP9B reskin up there. I remember I lost that model somehow, and then I ended up getting it back again somehow. Also, you can see the generic route I did, and it looks,
Dude, like, literally in 311, I've used, like, just plain grid before. Like, it's fine.
Well, I feel in your case it's a little bit more excusable, because it's in itself, for the most part, it was in itself, like, a parody of, well, low effort or something? I don't know, but it's meant to, like, represent, like, real, or not exactly real locations, but, like, believable in the real life, and then suddenly, oh, look, housing development. Like, actually, unironically, this part of the route I kind of wish I had, this part of the route I wish I still had, so I could revamp it, because I do think this... I mean, you can't really see that much of it from this angle, but I actually do like how it came out. Somewhat. Also, the lag. Oh, God. And the missing textures. Oh, hey, look, it's all my early Amtrak reskins.
The lights go out on Broadway. Okay, to be fair though, that SDP40F, like, whoever... I understand there was, like, one SDP40F that came with, like, the original pack. But, like, that looked good for when it came out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the weathering still does hold up, just it's everything else about it.
Yeah.
I like that blue on this baggage dorm here. I forgot about that. I think that was the very I don't remember. This is like a reskin of the very first reskin I ever did. Just this generic Amtrak coach here. And, oh dear God, I remember I did it in Microsoft Paint. I can't scrub it properly here, but you can see just the door is just a generic rounded rectangle. And I think this was reskinned from the old Trains Forge Texas and Pacific pack thing.
Ah. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. Also,
Moonlight or Starlight Dome makes an appearance.
I think that's Moonlight Dome, because I think that's the one White Pass did.
Yeah.
Also, Dome Car in Pennsylvania, perish the thought. What is this Amtrak consist? Good lord. Ah yes, the Rudy Lumber Mill.
Lovely.
The place where that cream boxcar was meant to go. Call back to episode 1, yay.
This music slaps.
Hell yeah, it does. I don't know who was in charge of the sound design or music production for There Goes a Train, but goddamn, they chose the right music tracks to use.
Wait a second. Why is the signal red? I thought it was a straight shot all the way downtown.
I remember I built this yard just specifically for this project.
To be fair, though, like, isn't it implied that it's, like, a tall setup?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, there they are! They're so real again!
Very real. Also, the generic US 1,500 ton consist thing.
Oh, delicious. Oh, that's what they use to, like, bring in all of the track work and stuff. Like, that's, like, their generic MOW consist.
That would have been a good explanation for it.
Hello, yes, is this the, Conrail train that's supposed to go through here?
That's, there was, like, several Brandons in the server, so I think I nicknamed this one Southern Brandon.
Okay, yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Obviously he's disguising his voice here, but,
oh, look at that, it's not Bicholas.
Yeah, not Bicholas.
Yes, it is. What railroad are you from, anyway? Norfolk Southern? I don't remember any railroad like that existing.
Oh, we're, new. This line is now property of, Norfolk and Southern, Tourist Railroad. Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Honestly, I think I kind of sold it with this delivery here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, why am I stopped?
We just got...
Oh, hey, look at this.
The yard
Oh, hello,
Dr.
Dr. Bicholas!
The tracks are blocked, and you need to, park your train over there in the yard and wait for a while until it's
Oh god, I
cleared.
forgot I voiced in this.
Are you
Lovely.
sure? I don't remember any signal warning me.
Oh, hi, Red!
Rin!
It's true. I've been here for about 30 minutes waiting for clearance. Might as well
Hi, Red.
get service while you're waiting.
Alright
Rin, come back, please.
then. I guess I might as well just wait for the line to be clear. Not much else
We've
I
got
can do.
the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. We've got, what is it? High-pitched Southern High Hood, not Bicholas, and Rin. My favorite time-traveling trio.
Yay. This was, literally, I remember, because Ren and I, actually, nothing happens for the next few seconds, so. Ren and I met, oh god. This track is sinking.
It's fine, don't worry. It's like, oh.
It works, it works.
Yeah, he accidentally clipped the top of the shed, but that's fine, insurance will cover it. Like Bicholas Bicholas, like, honestly doesn't review what happens on these cases. Like, he signs the bill and the insurance company handles it. Like, it's fine.
That's a great explanation. But yeah, what I was saying was, I remember because Rin and I originally met on DeviantArt, and I remember she even confided me she was too young to be on DeviantArt because we met. If this was 5 years ago, she was 12 at the time, lying just to post art, and I was how can I not do basic math? Whatever. And like we were talking over Discord, and I was like, "Hey, I'm making this project thing. Do you want to like help me with it? Because I could use some voice actors, and plus plus Rav, no female voice actors, etc. Making fun of that." And she was like, "Sure, why not? Sounds fun." Because like she's a theater kid, you know.
Well, yeah, theater kids will like they'll do anything. Source M theater kid. So, like, we'll do anything. Like, so long as you dangle the fact that we can either yell, scream, or be in a funny voice.
Exactly. Maybe that's why I'm so, like, maybe that's why I like voice acting. But, yeah, like, because this was just meant to be, like, a one-off character that just played a part of the plan like the other two. But then, I remember, because, like, you liked her so much, she then became a part of the official lore.
Yes, she did. There's lore. There is lore.
We swear there is lore.
Yeah, which will be explained soon.
Is it me, or do I barely fit into this shit?
Hey, I called it out!
Playing.
Does this yard seem generically placed?
I also called that out! Oh no, I was self-aware.
Jeepers. Uh-oh, hi, Ren.
Hi, Ren.
Once...
Hello, Ian.
Oh, yeah, theater kid.
I remember this.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Honestly, get that embroidered on a pillow.
Wait, what?
Yeah, get like that ripple transition embroidered on a pillow.
Fair enough. Okay, and funny story. I don't know why, but for some reason, I think I recorded that sound effect on my phone because I couldn't get it to work for some reason.
But it's good. It's good.
Meanwhile, we have the...
Yeah, I like that. I love that. I love that. Slaying and winning.
You can tell Rin is just, like, enjoying herself in this.
Wait, what? How did...
Say goodnight.
Say goodnight.
Whoa, what are you...
Insert terrible MS Paint effects here.
I like how it's, like, just moving around the screen. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's just like... I don't know, like, obviously saying it's bad on purpose, it doesn't automatically make it good. I don't remember what it was, but I remember I was going for something specific there. Whatever that was has since been lost to time, since this was made, again, 5 freaking years ago. But, oh, and I think this next part becomes a plot point in a later episode.
Whoa.
I don't.
I like the transitions. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
This is so real.
I think I was slightly inspired by Earthbound there. I don't remember, but I just wanted like the weird awkward zoopy stuff to fly on screen, because like, you know, like when magic stuff happens, all that jazz.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to add a time. Okay.
Oh, look at that. That was still like when I had no like idea. Oh, look at my freight train composite. Oh,
zoop.
Look at my filming. I can film.
You can film.
What do we have? Who is? Okay, we got the Rio Grande Heritage Unit. It looks like a Canadian Pacific, and oh, Coda's there. 4449. Oh, wow, quite a roster.
Oh, God. I feel like I was hit with a flatbed of bricks.
I still quote that to this day. That is my
Very
favorite
good.
line. Also,
Very good.
Also, I remember you had the jointed rail SD45-2 Heritage unit. So yeah, ditch lights now.
Yeah, just small quirk of interdimensional traveling. Don't question it.
Fair enough.
Wait. Where in the Conrail am I?
Well, good morning, Ian.
Who are you? What's going on?
Oh, don't worry, sugar. You're in safe hands.
Jim. I love you, Jim. Good job, Jim.
Also, the trestle clipping on the track is great.
Yeah,
it's a testament.
Insurance will cover it. Insurance will cover it.
It's a testament. It's a testament to proper pre-thought and planning with building this research center.
Like, it's fine. Like, Bicholas, it's a work of art. Like, he signed off on it. It's fine.
Away from all that tiring work of the 70s.
I was supposed to take a train to Buffalo. They'll be worried about
Buffalo.
me there.
Oh, lovely.
And they'll find me wherever I am.
I don't think so. Take a look at that calendar.
Wait, what? What?
Oh, I like the Nicholas cameo. Slaying and winning. I like that a lot. That's a cute touch.
Also, just that zoop. Just the reverse.
It just comes back. Arrival and departure.
That's great.
This is a joke, right?
Also, squeaky voice. Woo, puberty. It's fun.
It's fine. It's slaying and winning.
I guess so.
Still 1978, right?
Obviously not, you idiot.
Oh, hi. It's
Cooper.
Quentin. Yeah, Cooper. Voiced by Quentin. We love Quentin. Mr. Pooch.
I remember...
Let's
go ahead.
This is going to be like... I remember we had someone else chosen to say this line, but he couldn't get his voice acting in time, so I had to go in and film this with Cooper.
That would be Jared of Amtrak Guy 365 fame.
Oh, that's right.
He voiced... that character's name was just Jared, but he sounded like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, now, so it's good because, like, he gave him that voice, meaning that, like, cast changes are easy, so.
Yeah. Those are... Anyway.
Slay Quentin.
We've taken you to our present day.
Oh, I like the lag spike. Oh, I like Junction 72. Slaying and winning.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, for some reason my camera didn't pick up the first few seconds of me saying that line.
Oh no, they've gone under?
Yup, we succeeded in taking them over in
Reusing voice actors.
1999. So you're
reuse the same voice module. Happens all the time.
How is this even possible?
How is this even possible?
Like SD45 Ian and I are on the same page. Like I really don't know. I really don't. Even today, I don't know.
I mean, I wrote this, so I only have myself to blame. But but also like, a majority of this was like me venting my frustrations towards again how it was being treated in fucking ROV. So a lot of it is just reflection of that, and I don't know, but I also wanted to play in a bit of like try and make some sense of it, because Norfolk Southern obviously takes over part of Conrail, blah 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 blah. So technically the truth, I guess.
Yeah.
No matter, you won't get away with this.
No.
Way.
Take him to Crimsonator 2.
Oh, hello. Oh, I
Keep him in his
fucking
current
Noah.
mental state,
I think that's
but
what
put a
this
patch on
character's
him
name
to
is.
show them he's out.
Yeah, that's Noah. That is Noah. Also.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, hang on. What the heck's going on in the background?
Noah, take him to Crimsonator 2. Lowest setting. Keep him in his current mental state, but put a patch on him to show them he's out.
Inserting bloopers as background gags.
It works.
That reminds me, like, and I think it was 7. That's like when the Great Rescue happens, and when I become the OO thing. But I remember because I recorded my lines, but then I screwed up on one of them. So I just played it off as, I'm so angry I can't even say my own lines, and I remember you ended up using that.
Yes.
What? What? Chase? You have an army of other small locomotives you could have called upon? Don't butt me! You have no idea what I've been through for the past few months! I've been repainted, abused, tortured, and things I don't even want to mention! How dare you not put rescuing following... I'm so angry I can't even say my own lines! That was great. That's great. I love those.
And fill him in on the history of Conrail since his, departure. You're gonna make a great personal assistant for me.
Wait, take me where? Let me go! Oh, wait! No!
Ouch, my throat.
Turntable 20.
Turntable 20.
Comic Sans.
Whee! Yeah, and look, there's all the credits and stuff. Except this guy didn't make that theme. I don't know why, but I remember finding it on SoundCloud, making an account, asking this person if I could use it, and they said, yes, just credit me. And I'm like, I shouldn't be crediting you. I should be crediting Hummy Man, but whatever.
Lovely.
Also, I remember Rin didn't want to be credited at the time because this was a new thing for her, so she asked to be credited as a random cutie.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, boy.
I forgot. What is it? Arthur One is Australian National Productions.
Yep.
That's cute. Oh, Josh. I got it. I'll forward this to him once this is done, because I think he'll like to see this.
Fair enough.
Also because he'll get a kick out of it, but yeah.
Fair enough. So, before we move on, what's the retrospect on this?
Oh god, I love it. I love it so much. So charming. I love it. Like, I know that's such a generic answer, but like, fucking the little, like, fabricated yard thing, the skyline 2D thing in the background, the fact that I had no idea what I was doing, it was great. It's all great. All great. Like, oh, well, I had no idea what I was doing when I was filming. Turntable 20. My favorite character in 311 is Turntable 20. That is my retrospective.
Fair enough. Honestly, going through this, I thought I would be cringing up and dying more than I thought I'd be, but no, honestly, I'm kind of having a good time just going back through this now with, and I'm sure your perspective on things just helps a bit. Because
I mean, it's fun to go back through these.
Mm-hmm. You know how the old saying goes: you're your own harshest critic.
True.
Next up, and at the moment, the last thing is what did I call this again? The big blue tail of CRR 311, the crossover between 311 and Legend of Big Blue, which was also... Ow. That couldn't have gone worse if I planned it. Which was also a school project in my 11th grade film class, I think it was. Yeah.
Full circle.
I remember I filmed this. At this point, my laptop had just dead, so it just killed itself dead until died of death. So I filmed it on a school computer. Say for the things you filmed, I believe. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of production errors here and there that I'm gonna have to try and pass off. In any case,
let's give it a whirl.
3, 2, no. Yes.
Slay Ross. Like, literally slay Ross.
Also, I saw the mouse cursor down at the bottom left. Yeah, for some reason, everything worked properly, except Fraps would still pick up the mouse cursor, even though I select hide mouse cursor. But, oh well. Hotel by Henry Mancini. Also,
very good.
Also, I should like redo this because this
would be fun.
This is unironically that's actually fire. Oh yeah, and I also figured out how to actually do different aspect ratio. I just realized.
Very good.
Hey, SD45 on Mo duty.
Oh wait, that was episode 2, right?
1.
No, episode 1. Yeah.
What the hell kind of logic is this? Putting an SD45 on MOW service? This sounds like something a bad Trains 2010 series would do.
That's the one.
Episode 2 was Irish
Starlight
GP40.
Yeah, that's the
that too.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember what I was doing this for.
Yeah, Cannonball Run. Hell yeah.
Copyright.
The song wasn't picked up by the copyright thing for the longest amount of time. Partially because I think it was still underground. Oh, look at that. That's, what is it? Gil Sans. That has to be Gil Sans, right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because that's the same font that's used in, that's used on the one that's used for Transport for London and ELO's Out of the Blue.
Ah.
Oh, there it is. Ah, Michael.
Aha,
Hank.
Yeah. Except his name isn't Hank, I believe.
Travis, I believe his name is.
Wait, really?
I think so.
Also, Brayden.
I'll also forward this to him once we're done.
Ooh. I do hope to get in contact with them again at some point in time, but oh well. And yay, is who Bicholas' voice actor is public info now?
Only the first name.
Okay, yeah.
It's Jim.
Jim. Jimothy.
Yes.
Hey, it's the guy.
There he is. And more in.
More.
Oh yeah.
Okay, funny story about that title card. I remember drawing, because I remember asking Coda about it, and he asked if he could make something special for it, and he said, okay, well, give me a design. So I went to my sketchbook, and I still got the scan, and I think I've still got the photo too. The following photo I'm about to mention. So I drew it out, and he said, this looks familiar, and then he put 2233 and 587 in the fucking Sonic the Hedgehog banner, because I had unintentionally ripped that off.
Oh, lovely.
And I think I still have those somewhere on my hard drive. Oh, Jesus Christ. Enjoy the video. Honestly, I think I could have put a little bit more effort into the title card, but again, like school computer, I only had about an hour or so to edit this a day.
Right.
Also, poorly aged message down the bottom left.
Hi, Jim. Once again, slaying and winning.
That was reused audio from the first short you did.
Oh, that's right.
The
Yeah,
tour
that's
of
right.
the development center, I think.
Yeah, that's the one.
Also, I remember this. Unfortunately, due to the low quality file, unfortunately due to the way this file saved, it's super low quality. But I actually did put Bicholas's character in very low opacity in the background, where it was just barely visible if you looked hard enough.
Ah, very good.
Again, bitrate, compression, blah blah blah.
Right. Oh, Fireman Sam, right? I remember specifically saying this is a cool track where it's from, and you said Fireman Sam. I remember that.
Yeah, and I also remember you said that it unnerved you for some reason.
I think it was just because it was so good, and I didn't expect it to be from Fireman Sam.
Fair enough. Also, this I remember because this track here, no one's tried to recreate it, and well, the only thing I could find was I think it was Wellsworth Studios who tried to put it back together. Unfortunately, you're gonna hear it's not that good. But if somebody does end up recreating it for real, maybe Cedric Afro, if I can commission him at some point. If somebody does recreate it, I'm going to recreate the scene because unironically, I think this is a great opener. Just railroad crossing at night, just this funky music with railroad crossings going.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Train an extra.
Yep.
I like the CNEI gondola that was at the front.
Yeah, Yeah, I thought it was an interesting freight car, so I just put it on. Also, hey, look, it's Royal Anley, as Jim put it once.
And the GP9B, which is so back.
I think I redid that skin at some point, but yeah, I love the GP9B. It's so weird and unique. I love it.
I like pulling manifests. Such variety on a single train.
Oh, hey, I guess that same sentiment was present back then too.
Nothing like a good run to keep going all night.
Starlight Express.
Hey.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Whoops. This isn't my universe.
I'm sure you remember the numbering error that happened during filming.
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time. When, like, you're going across the dimensions. Like, God sometimes just screws up. Like, in the Mortal card game of time travel, like, he, confuses his numbers around. A couple of cards fall off the table. It happens all the time.
I think that was also present in 311, too, because I remember there was one cutaway scene where, I think it was John GS4, but not that John GS4.
Not that John GS, yeah. I had a nickel for every GS4 that was named John. I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't weird, but it's strange, but it's happened twice.
Hi, Pacific Productions. We love you. But,
Hello.
But, yeah, I remember because, like, I think it was John who, like, got some kind of cringification, and there was, like, a gag where it was, like, 1 repaint later, or something like that, just to, like, note the discrepancy and consistency or something.
Right.
Oh, runaway train.
Oh, Christ!
And I had just learned how to use green screen.
Very good.
I remember, and I remember this. I also remember this when I finally got to present this to my film class. They were not expecting. I remember when that line was yelled, they were not expecting, like, more quote unquote mature language.
Charming.
What? Ah! Oh no! Get out of the way!
Get out of the way!
Well, myself would be a little hard to do that. Oh, but it's okay.
Glowing numbers. Yeah, what was with this model anyway?
Don't you just love it when the GP30 glows at night?
Yeah.
What? How? Where? Who are you and where did you come from?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant to transport to my universe, but I think I miscalculated the coordinates and ended up... Oh. Where am I? What year is this?
Oh, whoops. I absolutely love the little flares you give your lines, especially, like, little improvs here and there. And I always try my best to, like, add some kind of funny edit to it to make it, like, really just more impactful.
I appreciate that. I loved voice acting is fun. Kids, you should do it.
Mm-hmm. Although be careful for who you voice act for.
This is true.
Kamala Corevers moment.
Okay, first of all...
Glitch tail moment! Ha ha ha!
Universe? What universe? Second of all, you're in eastern Pennsylvania, and the year is 1980.
Okay, if that was true, you should still be in patched Pensentio paint, because 2233 did not get repainted by Conrail until 84, and then a month later it was retired.
Yeah, I was going to say, the GP30s, like, I remember seeing, like, a video in 1985, like, a 1985 video saying, these GP30s have been pulled out of retirement. So when you said 1984, I was like, huh.
Yeah,
that interesting choice.
Yeah, technically that's the truth, and I think it was 93, because Conrail was experiencing a power shortage of some kind. So they pulled out a bunch of GP35s and GP30s out of retirement from the deadline at Altoona, so to fill that in. And then they were officially retired in 95, I believe.
Lovely.
Third of all, how is any of what you said possible?
This requires an in-depth explanation, doesn't it?
Which is something I don't have time for. If you haven't noticed, I have a train to take.
Oh, of course. Sorry, my capacitor needs to recharge, so I can't exactly get out of the way.
Well, you know what you could do? You could reverse.
Yeah, true.
Well, my capacitor doesn't recharge.
Oh, okay. I remember this. I remember this too, because I wrote this and I kind of didn't have a full understanding of like how like the world building worked, so I kind of just winged it a bit. And you added this in because it was. I think it was basically your way of telling me, "Hey, that's not exactly correct." Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. I haven't watched this in years, so let's see how it rolls.
Okay.
Oh, of course. Sorry, my capacitor needs to recharge, so I can't exactly get out of the way. Well, my capacitor doesn't recharge, to be completely honest. We just have to wait until, I have enough steam to make organic fuel. It's a whole process.
Zoom.
Fine. It's against railroad regulations, but I'll let you lead this train tender first for now. Just promise me that once you get to a switch, you'll get behind me. God, I hope nobody finds this suspicious.
Rightio.
Right-T-O, huh?
Have a ball leading the train tender first. It'll be funny. Don't worry, the rail fans will love it.
Mm-hmm.
Dispatch, I have nickel plate 587 coupled behind me. I was instructed to take them to blah 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 blah. Be prepared for this blah 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 blah.
I wonder
blah,
like
what
was going on in the dispatch office that night. Nickel plate who?
I'm sorry. This isn't Indiana, is it?
And like even then, like 587 wasn't restored until like 87. Was that the restoration of 87? I think.
Oh, for God's sake.
Or it was like 85 or something. So like I don't think it would have even been moved because it was restored actually in Beech Grove. So I don't think it would have even been pulled out to Beech Grove. So I think like literally dispatch could have been like, oh, there's a dog driving the what?
Wait, is that what is that what happens in the Great Train Robbery?
Yeah, there's a dog driving that train. Yes, officer, a big furry dog. Yeah, that. I will never not quote that movie when I have a chance.
Oh boy. Yep, there it is. One renumbering and an hour later.
So, let me get this straight. There's multiple universes with many different locomotives who go on many crazy adventures. And you yourself come from a universe where a crazed SD40-2 wants to do weird things for you in revenge for criticism?
Yes.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
And you have
I
friends
loved
who
how
also
self-explanatory my
that
character was.
operate?
Correct.
That is hard for
Let's
me
take
to
a look.
grasp. I mean, it seems far-fetched enough that some Class 1 railroad
he must be traveling incognito.
9 steamers still operating an active revenue service.
Yeah, I remember, yeah, and I also remember, like, I tried to write this as, like, realistically as possible, like, because I'm not used to multiverses, so I was trying to write, what I was doing is I was trying to write this as, like, what the hell is going on, and, like, make it as convincing as possible. Whether I succeeded or not, that'll be up for the viewer to decide, but I still tried my best.
Hey, there are weirder universes out there. Have I ever told you about the universe where UP engines are basically robots? Or where 2 British steam locomotives come to help out on Sherman Hill because of a motive power shortage?
Oh, I remember.
Geez,
I vaguely remember these series. Like, vaguely.
Tales on Sherman Hill.
That's the one.
The one Rov knockoff that even Nicholas hated.
Oh, God.
Out and they all sounded like a depressed 20-year-old? Oh, yeah, it was crazy, I'm telling you. Oh, nothing tops the universe where there are My Little Pony characters driving steam locomotives.
Oh, that's right. That's a reference to Full Buccaneers, the Twilight years. Yeah, I remember. That was a weird one. That was a weird one.
I thought that was like some reference to DeviantArt. That actually happened.
It did. It's no longer, like, unfortunately it's been scrubbed from YouTube, but...
I mean, fair enough. Very freaking enough. Jesus Christ.
Not the most graceful return for the show.
Oh, geez, I hated that one. So much foam everywhere.
Foam, huh?
Everywhere. Oh,
yeah,
and
foam.
we cannot forget about the universe where, a bunch of American engines, they decided to come to
Sodor for some reason.
Oh, this was a reference to
God.
Brom goat
Didn't make
films.
any-
Yeah, I remember that.
I thought it was
God.
I thought it was a reference to fucking what's it called? I thought that was a reference to the crappy 311.
True. That could also be that. That you know what? That is probably what it was at the time.
Fair. Fair
Like
enough.
I don't know. Like it could either one works.
The inverse of that would have been Sodor engines coming to America to help fight against CSX. I'll give you one guess as to who that was.
Okay, I don't know. I really who?
Run to Revenge Part 4 and 5 by Nicholas Clemens.
Oh, of course. Oh, how did I not see that coming? How did I not see that coming?
I'm asking the same thing.
Good Christ. Yeah, of course. Of course.
And now, like, Nicholas hates Thomas, so I don't fucking get it.
It'll be fine. We'll see. They'll be edited out in post.
I guess so.
Whatever post is, we'll see.
The curves were too tight, the engines were just way too big. It was a train wreck, I'm telling ya. Literally and figuratively.
Oh, thanks for reminding. Oh.
Well, my flex time capacitor has fully recharged.
I like these.
I guess this is where I depart.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, I mean, like, hey, we were talking about bad things anyway, so why not?
Ding.
I
like
that. For talking with me, Shirley? No, can't be Shirley. Fifi?
Don't call me Shirley.
No, that's not right either. I'm gonna call you Jeff, alright?
Oh no.
Jeff.
Oh boy.
Oh yes, my favorite, Jeff, the Conrail GP30, number 2233, Jeff.
Name is Ian.
Ugh. Sorry, I just,
And it's no problem. Ryan, you mentioned?
Yep, that's my name. And fighting cringe is my game.
I don't know why I was so infatuated with, like, upside down shots.
Well, he's fighting cringe, and sometimes he needs to be upside down to do that.
I guess so. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was not.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Ryan.
Ow.
I guess.
Okay, so I remember this too, because while I was recording my lines in the closet of the science room in school, my phone decided to give me a notification of some kind, and unfortunately, the microphone picked up the vibration of the phone, so I had to mask it with the that one sound from Unstoppable.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to say, there's a very, like, I thought that was a very realistic uncoupling sound. And I was like, huh, I wonder where you got that.
This is before I actually started sampling actual train noises for better audio effects, because in-game trains is just terrible, for the most part.
True. This is true.
This scene is dragging on.
Again, I forgive it. Oh. What is Jeff up to?
Who the...
Okay, the least convincing ow of the year, I guess. Just ow! It doesn't hurt, it's just an inconvenience.
Exactly, yeah.
Also, I think this is who I think it is.
Aha!
Hello.
I found you at last, Cryon. And a new slave. This will benefit us greatly.
Oh, son of a steam engine. Quickly, couple on
Oh, I
to
remember
me.
I used to say that a lot.
Why? No time to explain. I'm using my capacitor to get us out of here.
I never agreed to this!
Lovely, the 311, like, analog horror. 311 analog horror. There you go.
I remember, because, like, I remember, because, like, there was originally some kind of swirl effect here to really sell the, the whole, like, portal activating thing. And I think, and I remember, because, like, Sonic Mania had come out at this time, and I was like, in fact, and I thought, hey, you know what, that Phantom Ruby sound effect would be really good to use. So, I did, and then somehow the effect didn't even get used. I think it's I think I put it back in that LOBB, but it's only the parts that are actually good video. Of what it was supposed to be.
No time to explain. I'm using my capacitor to get us out of here.
I never agreed to this!
So I guess the joke here fell flat because of a fucking technical error.
Right, I still think it's very convincing they're through the buffers, to quote Hummy Man.
And one last note about this scene. I think I got inspired by that one thing from not KNL. Well, actually, technically, what was the series? San Juan. That one scene in San Juan, the Knukov and Laqualetti scene, where I think his name's Chris, or what's the
Craig.
S1B's name again?
Craig.
Craig, thank you. Different C, whatever. They're both 5-letter names. Well,
to be fair, Craig is voiced by Chris Kovac, so like
exactly. So my mix-up can be forgiven. But yeah, I remember.
Will be a self-insert, but continue.
Yeah, I remember because there was I think it was at the end of part 1 where the it was at the end of part 1 where like everything is starting to unravel and what's his name? Train Expert?
That's the one.
Yeah, where Train Expert was dealing with an escaped Bill Vu reskin of some kind. And then I think his name is Ben, like, comes up or something. And, like, some kind of taser thing happens. And eventually Craig snaps and says, okay, no more. I don't know what you're doing, but you can't keep getting away with. And then as he's about to scream this, that audio error happens before he's eventually tasered and knocked out.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Dang it, not again. But this world.
Ah, the same sound effect again. Or I mean the music, whatever.
Amphileets.
Early Amtrak had in power.
Playing and winning.
Oh.
RS3, my beloved.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, that was actually an editing error. I don't know why, but for some reason it decided there was a fade out, fade in transition that got randomly inserted there, and I don't know why. I think that was a holdover from the portal scene, but I couldn't figure out how to change it to white, and then I realized I couldn't, so I tried to delete it, and somehow it went there. Loading in polygons.
Looks perfect for...
Boss, I think you should come see this.
I remember this next part's on Cajon Rails. There it is, Cajon Pass. Or that one series that SCL 3618 ran.
Yeah,
Cajon Rails. That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember. I remember because originally there was a scene. I think in the script originally there was a scene like it was meant to be like another train series, and there was meant to be one of the S1Bs or something, meant to just say a generic hello and then throw away okay once these two realized that hey we're not where we're supposed to be. And then I don't remember if you were just uncomfortable with using somebody else's property or not, but you ended up filming this entire thing, so
yeah,
something along that effect. But hey, I think it works still.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, not again. Alright, now we should be transported back to my universe.
The D-bomb, as some classmates would have put it. They were also not expecting that. They were not expecting swears in a school project. But hey, I'm sophisticated. I'm not gonna adhere to the rules of society, whatever. The one
of society.
The one
where I can't put damn in my talking train series.
Hey, at least it's not one where you're swearing like a sailor.
True.
Hey, Silver Street.
Completely unrelated, but like apparently Rapido like under the table made Silver Street cars out of like their HO scale Canadian Pacific stuff and was selling it under the table.
Really?
Michael and I ran into one of these sets at the Dulles train show for too much, but I just wanted to mention it because Silver Streak.
Yeah, because I remember contacting Rapido about it too. They said that they would have loved to do Silver Streak, but Fox wanted like I don't know, $40 million just for the licensing, and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I remember yeah, and I remember like I'd asked them like, hey, do you plan on doing when you do F7 like FP7s, GMD FP7s, will you be doing one in Amroad? And that's when they sent me the email, and then like not even a week later they officially announced, hey, look, GMD FP7s.
Huh.
I'm sure that was just purely coincidental, but that was still a shock to me in my first period biology class.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Silver Streak Trains Recreation version 8889.
Toronto Raillands. Oh, there they go.
They goin'.
They're on their way. So glad.
They're on their way. They're on their way. They're on their way to eat your skin. Bump.
Delicious. Oh, there we go. Back at green. Ah, there. Thank God, okay, the Comic Sans is back.
Also, hang on. Look at where the comma is.
Okay, where in the continent am I, and why does this place look exactly like Arcloy, Pennsylvania?
Hey, look, it's an M1B.
Lovely.
I think this was, yeah, I think, what's his name? Oh, yeah, yeah, I think Nevin was wanting to be this guy in, 311, wasn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah, give or take.
There was something to do with an M1B.
I think
but, like,
so.
Again, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
You're in my home world. That engine who just randomly appeared was going to kidnap both of us and, cringeify us, like I told you earlier. Or if it was really bad, we're going to become Bicholas's chew toy. I do not want to relive that memory. Or even worse, Leroy.
Isn't the latter half of that consist like? Isn't the latter half of that consist like the Norfolk and Western M class?
Yeah.
Pack? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, a majority of that consist was based on the consist Steve made for the. I think it was one of the Western Maryland. I don't remember if it was a consolidation or the Decapod, but yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember which one, but it was one of the promos of the Western Maryland steamers, medium-sized steamers, and I remember because I had a Texaco 3-dome tanker, and I was like, fuck, I want that, but I can't get it because he's not released it, and he still hasn't released that 3-dome tanker model yet.
Well, he apparently he accidentally leaked it in like one of the Coal Country sessions, but that was years ago.
I mean, the session did use Coal Country, so.
My God, I wonder how many copies of that film is circulating on the dark web.
Lovely.
Oh my.
Jeez, that is just.
And I'm assuming that was a Tohaverd you were telling me about.
Correct.
Alright, but how do I go back home? How do I get back to my, quote, universe, unquote, so you call it?
Quote, unquote. I think that's where I started actually doing that whole spiel. Also, just, I don't know why, but I don't know why I didn't, like, add anything to Highland Valley here, because it's just so generic. It would have benefited from, like, adding a few random cars here and there.
I know that, like, for me, it was always, like, stalking the yard was always, like, a will of the moment kind of thing. But, like, I realized that as I progressed that, like, stalking the yard is actually a cool and good thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And I also remember that the, well, I mean, again, like, school computer, I was doing it on, like, some laptop that wasn't even meant for this thing, so I actually had to have my teacher log on to the administrator side of things just to access any of these programs. Because of the freaking firewall.
Oh, wow.
Hang on, let me check my capacitor. Yep, it's all clear. The spy is gone. Alright, goodbye, Ian. It was nice talking to you.
Oh, Mike. Okay, I remember that one too. So, what happened was, when I was filming the scene, that the Pennsylvania freight that went by derailed somewhere, and I don't know why or where, and it just launched the consist backwards. And by the time it had started to actually come onto the screen, it Fraps had hit his 30-second limit. So I couldn't refilm it because, again, limited time. And I had to think, okay, what can I do? So, and then I remembered Miss Oliver and Blossom had that voice clip. Hello, my pointless cameo that has nothing to do with the story. Bye. And I figured, you know what? Screw it. We'll just throw that in and call it a day.
Lovely.
Especially since it just disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, also, be wary about any, schedule changes in the future. Or a crazed SD40-2 asking if you want to become a movie star. Just be wary, alright?
You too.
Oh, and, don't tell anyone about this. We can't risk the space-time continuum being ripped apart.
Even though I literally had to explain to dispatch what the hell was going on.
What does it get, like, the Men in Black, like, you know...
the stick thing.
Yeah, like, they'll raid dispatch wherever it is, and, like, listen and do that, and it'll be fine. Like, go home early, it'll be fine. It'll be piece of cake.
Oh, right,
hi, Michael.
there you are. Where'd you go?
Oh, you know, just the usual places. Making bread, making home bacon. Jeez. Bacon.
I like the
caught in
zoom
the wrong universe again?
Precisely.
I remember, I just put a bunch of chassis system stuff on here, because I figured, why not?
Yes.
Well, that was weird. There's multiple universes? There's engines stealing other engines from safe universes? That Ryan character.
Is that US 1,500-foot freight in the background?
Yep.
Hey! Thank God. It's always glad to see it. So glad. It's so back.
Honestly, I'm kind of like debating like reskinning some of that, like not doing the entire 1,500, but reskinning some of those freight cars as some kind of like a, I don't know, like some kind of tribute freight thing or something. I don't know.
It'll be fun.
Something that's I've been planning is like taking a bunch of older Orin stuff and like doing some kind of texture thing to it and doing it as like some kind of tribute legacy release thing or something like that. I don't know. But
Could be fun.
Yeah.
This is all too much to think about. I just need to forget it before my cab explodes from overthinking this. Right, I need to take the C&BI right away. Yeah, that'll take my mind off of all this.
Yes, what are camera angles? What is blocking? Also...
I mean, hey, I think it works.
Yeah. Also, seeing that modern building back there, I think this part of the... I think I was using a revamp done by Brett at this point, because he also sent me he also bought me a bunch of stuff too, which we might see later on in this video, but because that usually isn't there in Highland Valley, nor is this track for that matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, wait, I remember this. So, what happened was, again, the whole mouse being in frame issue, so I had to crop it in such an awkward way. Oh, and missing texture.
That missing texture is a staple in all Highland Valleys. Rite of passage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there he is. Oh, they're both friends.
Beautiful,
two of them.
Isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Just the two of them.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever laid my eyes on. Yes, these will make a fine addition to my collection. After all, I still need engines for TOHV, the Conrail stories. And these will do just fine indeed.
I shall start rounding them up, sir.
Okay, I remember this too. There was actually meant to be another scene in between, those two lines. I think it's somewhere in the middle of Bicholas's monologuing. There was supposed to be another scene that I filmed with a bunch of Conrail engines just working about to kind of hammer home the point. Unfortunately, the first time I tried to film it, the train derailed on a awkwardly placed switch, not placed by me. And then the second time, for some reason, it wouldn't capture any audio. And then when I went to go try and actually film again, it wouldn't, because it went corrupt.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So I had to... Yeah, the route went corrupt, so I had to say, fuck it. I'm just reinstall and just give up. As it is with trains.
I like the Western Pacific 60-foot reefer.
Yeah, that's actually a 62-foot Pacific Car and Foundry built beer reefer, as it's called, because they were insulated, and that meant they were good for hauling certain products like beer, and that's what those cars were actually used for quite a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
I actually, right behind me, and now I'm holding it, have the exact rail HO scale model of the PCF beer car, as they're called.
Oh, that's awesome. Beer unit train. They probably did have that, actually.
There is a lot of railroads had these cars built by PCF, and I know Burlington Northern and Conrail, they had a run-through freight at some point, and I think it was Conrail Hotspots West? Yeah, there it is. They actually have a bunch of the Conrail version of the reefers and the BN version of those. Actually, they're insulated boxcars, technically not reefers. But they had a bunch of the BN and Conrail boxcars all together, so I would believe it.
Lovely.
I was always disappointed, and again, I'm always disappointed that, like, we don't have better models for, like, a lot of these things, but, whatever.
Say, CR 368025 and...
Oh, hey, look, it's the I remember this. That's the Illinois Southern train I put together. Because...
Having a brief layover in Arcloy.
Yeah, also milk car, because...
Oh, lovely.
I liked milk.
Well, who doesn't like milk?
Lactose
You're a
intolerant
communist
people,
if you don't like milk.
Oh, and I just noticed the boxcar fouling the switch there.
It's alright, don't worry. The yard crew will handle it. Yeah, it's fine.
Stretched texture.
Zoinks.
Trains across America.
Okay, that should be it. Train HVDA should be ready to take out now. Wait a
DA,
second. How can I even read? I'm a locomotive.
Where's
Well, I
DA?
mean, you can talk,
Oh,
so
hi, Jim.
I'd say it's not too much of a jump for you to be able to read as well.
Oh, okay.
DA. I'm sure the Conrail Historical Society has that listed somewhere, but I honestly don't remember. But I remember HV is completely custom and fictional. It doesn't exist. It didn't exist in the Conrail timetables books. But so HV is Arcloy, and I'm sure you can gather what that stands for.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean that's what Arcloy basically is. But yeah, I sometimes I use this to flex my Conrail knowledge.
Lovely.
Hey, Song for America. Also, Trains Across America again. Yeah, I remember. I rediscovered it, and I got hooked back onto it. So, I mean, hey, I had to throw some nods in somehow.
Right.
Anti-aliasing.
There
Ouch.
they go. On their way.
They are definitely on their way.
I like the Burlington boxcar.
Me too. Yeah, because like a majority of these cars were eventually repurposed to be put on the rear of the HVBN. That's what it was. Except that air slide hopper.
There they go.
I mean, hey, it was Trains 2010. You had to make do with what you could. And
True.
sometimes cheat.
This is also true. Oh, look at that. How the hell did Bicholas get out of the way in time to dodge that?
Who knows?
Oh, the Quaker. Oh, wait, yeah, those... I've seen that consist before. Or
Yeah.
at least part of it.
Yeah, I eventually merged like these parts of these two together to create HVBN, which has now become a staple in a lot of the videos I do.
Right.
I really like it. Oh hey, and I finally replaced the boxcar model.
There they go.
Wait, hang on, that same consist appeared earlier back in
Short.
Yeah, the short.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where it looked familiar from.
Also, this embankment model is broken in Trains a New Era and onward for some reason.
Yeah, I remember like seeing that. That was Highland Valley is just not aged well in Trains. Like later it gets, just does not age well.
Yeah. Frickin' PBR and better lighting engines be like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also, the awkward cropping here is also because of mouse issue. I think you'll actually see the mouse clip the edge of the screen somewhat soonish. Oh, there it is.
Oh, lovely.
Also, perfect timing with the music.
This music kind of reminds me of like a Styx song.
It's a Kansas song, and it's called "Song for America," which I guess that's why they used it for Trains Across America.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was done for the bicentennial.
Right. Okay. There you go.
Oh, hey, it's that former Rock Island coil car reskin that I did. I remember that.
Lovely.
Ocean.
Susquehanna River. Ah, there they are. Lumbee, if I'm not mistaken.
Staley, I thought. But then again, I don't even remember myself, so...
Oh, there it is. I like the TTX flat car.
Me too. It really is a ubiquitous model. I also love how the set kind of cuts out in the background.
It's having its day off.
That it is.
NNW, lovely. That is a nice NNW hopper.
That it is. Mountains. Actually, I remember funny story. I remember one of my classmates like looking in the background. I was like, "What the heck is all that?"
Why don't you know? It's the Great Tinfoil Mountain Range. It's a staple of western Pennsylvania.
I guess so. Oh, and I remember like this part right here. That's like remnants of the like when I filmed the Fugitive recreation. I should actually try and redo that. Actually. Oh.
All right, we're moving along nice and smoothly.
Man, have they recently relaid the rails? So smooth and not bumpy.
I know what you mean. It feels like I'm riding in the old E8s again.
Man, I know what you mean. I mean, if this is how the old E8s used to ride, then I'd gladly trade my Blomber.
Zoinks!
The Fugitive! And I remember, I was meaning to use NS hoppers, but for some reason I didn't have them installed, so I just said, screw it, I'll use these since they are installed.
Yeah.
What's that about? What, the F-45? Mike, stop! Stop!
Ow, my ears.
They're on the way.
Except now they're not. They're
en route to death.
I guess so. Also, this scene drags on for way too long, I remember that. And I think there's about to be an error in there. Yep, there it is. Because mouse.
Oh no.
No! Smash. Yes, that drags. Yes, that definitely is what happened, especially in the scene we're about to see next.
I remember they didn't have the like
super
you
elevations.
Rotate the track. Yeah.
Also, no crane. What the hell?
Cranes are fictional.
I guess so.
How on earth?
Hey, there he is.
Oh, he's so back.
Did this
finally?
The engineer better have a good explanation for this.
Nicholas Clemens and his line deliveries. Gotta love it.
Truly, they are truly above the rest.
That they are, I guess.
Where is he anyway?
More importantly, where's the engine?
Yeah, I remember I tried to raise Ahat Bears' lines here like 400%, which was the max volume I could get. And even then, you can still barely hear it, and I don't know why.
Wait, you're right. It isn't here. How is that even possible?
I feel something's not right here. Some bigger picture we're missing.
Dramatic pans again. This looks like a... Yeah, like, God, the weird... Like, the angle is so weird because of how I had to zoom it in.
That works.
I guess so.
I think I didn't I do the reskin for Brayden? Like the TOV Agent 6?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, there he is.
Did he ever make a reappearance?
No.
I remember we had bigger plans for it, but they just kind of fell through.
Yeah.
Time to deliver the package to Bubble.
Oh, slay Brayden. Slaying Brayden.
Go, you beautiful Wisconsin man.
What is it? Home, we're finally W and NW.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. One of the cursed 587 reskins is here, the McDonald's one.
Yeah. Also, nice detail with the hobo in the boxcar.
Oh yeah, forgot this was TOV.
Also, my Amtrak reskins.
Horizon. Oh god, I need to redo the McDonald's 587. Why not?
Where the heck did you get that Rio Grande PS2 car? Or PS2
the Frick box car.
Ah, the Frick. The funny Frick.
The DeLorean.
The DeLorean is a staple. Okay, I can't hear this music without thinking of that the Halloween parody special thing I did, and just like Brandon as 311 showing up saying hello and welcome to your doom.
Hello and welcome to your doom.
Okay, I don't even have anything sarcastic or witty to say about this. This thing in front of me is just terrible.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else when I hear this sound, or this song.
What happened? I get hit with a flatbed of bricks?
Hey, there it is.
Damn, I was hoping we were gonna have to hear you talk.
What?
Zoinks.
Whoa, who are you? Where am I?
Now why the hell would I tell you that?
Hello, Agent 6?
Oh,
Is this
she's
who I'm
so
looking for?
back.
Wait, are you one of those TOH beers I wasn't hearing about? Are you that same TOH beer?
Wait, how do you know who we are? Looks like someone's got some explaining to do. Agent 6, take them to the holding yards by Cringinator 6.
You got it, boss.
Oh, I love that voice. That is exactly... That is exactly like the line delivery that is needed.
I remember he told me that he was doing a shitty Mickey Mouse impression, and hey, it works. It works.
Oh, absolutely.
Also, unstoppable music.
What? No, wait, let me go. No! Ah!
Yes, nasally voice.
I should recreate that yard. It could be fun.
I agree.
It could be a funny yard.
Now then, I shall proceed to acquire the others as well.
To be continued.
Which it never did, unfortunately. Yeah. Also, fun fact, this, like, weird, choppy choppy fade-in text was completely unintentional. I think it was, like, drawing from the frame rate of some kind of clip I was using, and that was the that was the result. Here we see the lovely Cast. And at
Johnny Cash.
And at this point, Rin was going by their Discord name for a credit. I think HQ is Harley Quinn for life.
I like the on Discord thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know why. I felt like I had to be hyper specific or something. Let's see. Bicholas, my engineer, my character's engineer, Richmond City Rail fan, Hat Bears, Braden. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of voice actors for this project. Well, a lot is debatable given its Talking Train series. Unless you're Rails of Highland Valley, in which you have like 50 different people and like, I guess at least in the earlier days, like 10 different text-to-speech programs.
This is true. Credits would take like 5 minutes apiece.
Yeah. I used a lot of music for this, I just realized. Wow.
Duncan.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't actually credit Humy Man, but whatever. I could have sworn there was like some kind of misspelling here somewhere. I'm probably misremembering. Ah yes, various sources, when I felt too lazy to actually type out a bunch of people's names. Well, that aged poorly.
Lovely.
Well, that was definitely interesting to go back through. My throat is just absolutely destroyed at the moment.
Agent 6 should get a breakout special in which Agent 6 goes to Washington. Breakout special. He runs to become a successful congressman representing tracts of Highland Valley as an independent nation. He successfully lobbies for nuclear energy and overall uses his position as a power of good despite his evil Mickey Mouse voice. That is going to be the feature 311 special that will be hitting the airwaves just in time for the Christmas season.
Hey, I'm here. I'm all in for it. But yeah, so
yeah, but honestly, like going back through these, I realized this might give me the confidence to go back through old 311 and just look at everything. But like, yeah, I mean, again, like, I definitely would share the same sentiment that, like, going in, I was going to be a little, like, fringing up at all of this, but no, it's good. It's good.
I'm surprised we ended up having that much of a good time just going through these. I thought I'd be cringing a lot more at my voice, because I remember I had to go through some of these to make that LOBB, but it's actually good part thing, because I remember I had to go get a few clips from that. But yeah, just I'm just surprised at like how I can actually look back at some of this somewhat fondly, and
it's good.
That's the most that's the most surprising thing to me.
I mean, I'd say it's actually aged pretty all right. I was expecting it to age a little bit worse, but
me too, because I think I've expressed this to you before. Honestly, this thing felt a little bit rushed, because the plot, I don't know, just like the pacing and plot just kind of, I mean, the plot was just kind of there. It happened. There wasn't any, like, really impactful things, to say the least. At least in my opinion. And then the pacing was just kind of, this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. Kind of, not to the magnitude of Star Wars Episode 9, but still a little bit fast, brisk for my liking. But, I mean, I don't know, what are your thoughts?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. It gave me the courage to like go back and look through 311, but we'll see. I thank you for having me on your on this lovely look back.
And I appreciate you agreeing to come here in the first place. Honestly, you helped kind of carry these as well. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, thank you. I mean, I do think your voice acting was in some spots, like I do enjoy but I will persist on this new Conrail. Like the small pause between con and rail. It's new Conrail. It's like somebody just, like, it's that moment in a school project where you want to remember something, but like you can't, but then you suddenly do, but then you're not sure if it's right, but then you put it down anyway, hoping it's right. It's like Yeah. It's like you're going and you're sort of meandering in there with confidence, which I understand is a bit of an oxymoron, but that's how I like to. That is the best way I can put it.
That is fair, and honestly, just like hearing some like how just hearing some of the improv you did just reminds me of like how creative you were with them, and just like how it wasn't like generic. Oh, doing generic line reading in generic emotionless voice. Like I had experienced. Yeah, like I had
never
experienced
forget
Raw.
like Rav, just like their like lists for dialogue.
Oh boy, I remember those. I remember those greatly. Well, any last thoughts you'd like to say?
See y'all in the funny pages.
Fair enough. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hopefully we shall see you in the next one.
See you in the next one, yes.